All right, Shalom. This is the brother Nahalia from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, I want to go into a lesson, all right, inspired by this, and in light of recent events through the spirit. The videos that have been going out on Al-Azhar, the head of Sakari, as well as the reaction of Jake, who know this truth and their misunderstanding of what they're a part of, all right, through the spirit. The elder in South Carolina, Elder Manata Zakba, went into a beautiful lesson dealing with some of the comments that Jake has made concerning the division that was already ultimately spoke of by Yahweh Shemel Shai. It went down during Acts and is going down now. All right. And a lot of Israelites, alluding to that video that Elder Manata Zakba did on Jake, they don't really understand what this is, man. This is not entertainment. Jake is comparing and contrasting camps in an effort to entertain or be entertained. And this is not what this is about. It's not about us coming together as a unity camp. Those things didn't happen in the ancient world. All right, during the time of Acts, when Yahushua was walking the earth, there were divisions. Yahushua himself said there would be divisions. And ultimately, a lot of Jakes don't really understand what they're a part of, man. All right, this is not going to just remain a debate, if you will. The scriptures talk about us moving from faith to faith. All right, let's get that. And that's what we're being prepared for. Jake thinks that we're just going to know that we're Israelites. And a lot of Jakes are trying to build New Jerusalem in Babylon, man. They're trying to buy land and build here. They're not concerned as much with prophecy as they are with building, nation building, as they put it. This is about the gathering of the elect and ultimately the day of the Lord's vengeance. And a lot of these Israelites lose sight of that by the allure of the way these other camps package this truth. They package it with rap music videos, with uniforms, with forearm guards and belts and girdles. Not really giving our people the solemn message that this truth is bringing in these last days. Yes, it's good news. It's sweet in your mouth, but it's also bitter in your belly. And a lot of our these other camps, they hesitate to give our people the bitter because it's unpopular. Even now, when you look at how Jake is getting rebuked, our people are offended that brothers are rebuking these guys for displaying pride and vainglory and preeminence. Not really discerning the time that we're in. This is love. But you have our people who really just don't understand what this is all about, man. This is not just about us coming back as Israelites. The Lord is about to do something in the earth that has never been done before. Dead bodies from one end of the earth into the other. These things are written. And you have Jake who's entertained by this. They sit at home. They don't do work. And then they, instead of watching the videos in sincerity and in truth, they look at the videos for entertainment purposes. Back and forth on different camps' videos, just egging things on as if we're going to remain in this position forever, man. The Lord is moving in the earth, man. And Jake is paying zero attention to that. They treat this truth like the shade room. All right, this is let me see if I can grab it. I believe it was in Romans. Yep. Romans chapter 1 and verse 17. And it reads, I'll start at 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Hamashiach, for it is the power of Yahweh Shai unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first and also to the Greek. And those Greeks are Hellenists, all right, Greek-speaking Jews, Jakes who were adopting the customs of other nations. And we, at one time, were Gentiles. And instead of that same humility of understanding that the Lord showed mercy on you for the purpose of Lord willing being saved, Jake is using this truth for entertainment, man. Some for filthy lucre's sake. And we are not going to remain in this little state that we're in right now. All right. When you go into verse 17, it reads, for therein is the righteousness of Yahweh Shai revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. And it's not just going to be the faith of being able to keep the Sabbath and the dietary laws and rehearsing the righteous acts in Babylon. It's going to require faith to get through the troubling times that are ahead. And a lot of Jakes have not really counted the cost of what this is really all about, man. This is not just about debates. And that's why you have Jakes who still are in that simplistic mindset of, I saw Elder Manasseh Zakbar pull up one comment that was on his video about us or about him debating Geno Jenkins. And that's what Jake used. Jake thinks this is like the Israelite version of Sarnetta TV. Like, it's just Israelite on Israelite great debates. Like, the Lord is about to move in the earth in a way that's never been seen before. As it is written, grievous deaths, weeping, gnashing of teeth. And instead of Jake preparing themselves for the day of the Lord's wrath, they look at this truth as if it's entertainment. As if these things are just going to continue like this. They're going to be able to just sit in the theater of debate and just get to discern who looks more intelligent in front of a crowd, man. And that's not what this is about. And a lot of our people are not preparing themselves properly for the battle. I remember while I was watching that video, Apostle Gabar, in one of the replies to one of those comments, he said, this is not entertainment. He said, you need to pick a side so that you can grow. Because that's ultimately what it's about. The Lord is preparing us for something, man. It's not just going to be us going into the kingdom. There are going to be things that are going to happen on this side of life before we get there. Man, let's get that. And that's why the message that brothers put out is so severe. Because there's an understanding of great trouble coming ahead, man. It's not just going to live on the pages. Eventually, these things are going to manifest itself on the planet. All right, this is 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Shai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shai? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? And Jake hear these precepts and then immediately lose sight of the goal, man. And it's to be saved through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, all right, from the said troubles, the mark of exemption. And brothers, like these other guys who subscribe to being Israelites, they don't discern that what brothers are doing is the love, the true love according to the scriptures. Jake treat this like it's entertainment, like it's WrestleMania, your favorite characters, your favorite camp. This is about being saved. This is deadly serious. Like it says in Deuteronomy, the Lord set before us life and death. And Jake treats this truth like it's another fad, man. They don't discern that the Lord is actually going to... Man, let's get it. Let's get Amos. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. And it reads, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? These are the things that the Lord is preparing us for. And that's why a lot of Israelites misinterpret the message that's being delivered to them, beginning with the apostles on down. They take the harshness as literal hate. And this is the greatest love that you can show another Israelite, man. Because there's a common understanding amongst brothers in Great Millstone, beginning with our apostles, that these things are about to play out on the earth, man. That's why brothers are occupied and these things are going to live in this life, man. Before the kingdom of heaven is established, great judgment is about to play out on the earth, man. And you got Jake trying to start unity camps. You got Jake on brothers' comment boards talking about starting unity camps. Let's all come together. Not really discerning the times. Not really discerning the volume of the book. The Lord said he came to bring division. The Lord said he came to set at variance. The Lord also talked about the great day of judgment, where there's going to be darkness and no brightness in it, where the righteous shall scarcely be saved. What manner of persons ought ye to be understanding these things, man? And a lot of Jakes haven't really put much thought into these things, man. And I could see why Elder Manasseh Zachbah got so passionate about it, man. Because when you think about it, these things are deadly serious. And it's like Jake gets stuck on the sweet part of us being Israelites, and they don't prepare themselves for the bitter that's ahead, man. If it's hard to hear it, imagine having to live it. When the Lord talk about grievous deaths, 2/3 of our people learning these things through death by pain. Meditating on the fact that your family, many of your family, may very well perish in these last days, man. And Jake don't meditate on the purpose of being called into this. That Lord willing, we're not. Let's get that. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 11. All right. And I'm going to jump down to 32. All right. And it reads, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. That is the purpose that we've been called into. Lord willing, we're called and chosen. That is the severity of the message. This is not us in the ancient Israel in our own land debating about this prophecy and that prophecy when they were far away, when they were far away from actuality, so to speak. Where you could go in the synagogue and ask, what do you think about what Isaiah said in this? The book is open. The understanding is presented. And we're at the end of this thing, man. And Jake is not meditating properly on the day of doom, man. And you can tell by the answers and the responses that they would have the audacity to put on the comment boards of elder brethren who have been in this thing for 10, 20, and 30 years, man. For a lot of Jake, this is a game. This is a way for them to have an identity and still be in the world. Like Jake does not really meditate on the fact that this world is about to change around us. And a lot of death is about to happen on the planet Earth. And this is the Lord preparing us for that great day, man. That Lord willing, we may not be condemned with the world. But division is a part of this. Controversies are a part of this. The scriptures talk about offenses must come. Tribulation, wars, rumors of wars, pestilences, famines, great death. The mark of the serpent. All of these things are going to play out in these last days. And like the Elder Manasseh Zachbah put it, a lot of Jake are reacting with their emotions and not in the spirit. Because if you're in the spirit, you understand all of these things are supposed to happen according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's the most important part of this equation. Nothing just happened by accident. All of these controversies, down to the minute detail, are of Yahweh Shema Shai. But there's a greater plan at work in the midst of this. And a lot of Jake are losing sight of that. But the scriptures say that, man, as in the days of Noah. And you got Jake who thought that the greatest obstacle was finding out they were Israelites and changing their life. They think that that was the greatest obstacle they ever had to face. And there's more ahead of this thing. And that's why Great Millstone is so infamous, if you will. Because the solemn message doesn't change. It's not, we don't package, beginning with our apostles, the message is not packaged in a way where it's world friendly, where it's emotion friendly when you look at it. Because the Lord didn't package it that way. We're being prepared for the end of days, man. For the end of an age and the beginning of it that followeth. The scriptures say, thus with violence shall that great city be cast down. And you got Jake trying to get on comment boards with elder brethren who've been in this thing for decades. Talking about a unity camp with different doctrines, as if the doctrine has no importance in these last days and everybody can just come together under the common banner of being Israelites. With one guy telling you the mark of the beast is something different, the mark of the serpent is something different, and another guy telling you something completely different. And the Lord is actually about to play this thing out. So you have to go into this knowing and understanding what you're about to see and witness so that you can make the correct decision. All right. The scriptures say, let's get that before I go to the other precept. Let's get Isaiah 33 real quick. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So you want everybody to come under the common banner of being Israelites when everybody's knowledge is different. Because you're going to have to apply this. Whatever teacher you're following, all right, according to the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai, whatever you believe to be true, it's going to have to be applied in these last days. It's not just going to be a great debate where you get to just pull up with your book and your highlighter and debate and discern between who sounds smarter. These things are going to have to be applied in these last days, man. And a lot of Jake wouldn't know what to do if the internet was to shut off now, because they thought it was all entertainment. And it's going to come like a thief in the night to a lot of even our own people who call themselves Israelites. Because they so caught up in this entertainment of this my favorite. This is about getting out of here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And now through the spirit of the Lord, you have to pick a side. You have to decide for yourself what is true. The same burden was on them during the time of Acts. What do you believe to be true? It ain't about how we look, how we talk. It's about what do you believe to be true? Because that knowledge is going to have to be the stability of your times, because there's going to come a time where this truth is not going to be as accessible as it is now. And you're not going to have the luxury to hop on comment boards to leave fruitless messages about unity camps and about things that don't profit in these last days. A lot of Jake don't really understand that the Lord is really about to destroy a lot of people on this planet, man. You got guys bragging about buying a plot of land to build an Israelite community in the midst of prophecy, in the midst of World War III being geared up. What profit? Knowing all of these, let's get that. Let's go to Peter. Because these are milk precepts that Jake read, but they don't really meditate on what's about to happen on the planet, man. This thing is not just going to stay like it is now. Scriptures talk about us moving from glory to glory, and it also talks about much tribulation. And instead of Jake listening and learning to hopefully apply in these last days through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, Jake is listening and learning to be entertained, man. And you can really see it when these kind of controversies come out. And you look at the comment board and you see a lot of Jake don't really understand what this is about. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. And it reads, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh Shai, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water, and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. And Jake doesn't meditate on this, man. The Lord is reserving this world for fire, man. But before that, many plagues and afflictions are going to play out on the earth. And Jake look at this like it's a wrestling match. Brothers are rebuking with all long suffering in the hopes that brothers would actually sincerely repent, man. Even though it doesn't look like it's in the cards for guys like Alizé, guys who just through the pride of knowledge puffing up just can't really see past their own shadow, man. And rebuke is the sincerest form of love, man. Open rebuke is better than secret love, and the scriptures tell you that. Because there's a common understanding amongst brethren, beginning with the apostles, that this is going to play out in life, man. It's not just going to be a debate of knowledge. It's not just going to be being able to go on the internet and watch brothers' videos. That's going to come to an end at one point. And for all of these comment warriors and these bench riders, that's going to be a dreadful time for a lot of guys who haven't really considered and counted the cost of what time we're in and what the Lord's agenda is, man. Matter of fact, let's get this. Continuing on, 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And a lot of the reactions that you're getting from Jake, who are in the middle of this, who hop from comment board to camp to comment board, they don't really discern what manner of persons they ought to be, considering what the Lord is about to do on the planet. The Lord is allowing this understanding to be accessible for a reason, for a purpose, but also for a season. There's going to come a time when there's going to come an end to the truth being this accessible. And when you sit back and you just think about, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, what the Lord is about to do, there's a certain severity that comes with this understanding. Yes, there's a sweet part of understanding we're chosen above all nations. The Lord is punishing us because we're sons and we're daughters of Yahweh Shemel Shah, that the kingdom is ours, that the Lord comes out of the nation of Yashar Allah, and that he's coming to save us, beginning with the remnant. Lord willing, we're a part of that number. These are beautiful things. But it's also coupled with lamentations, mournings, and woe. And a lot of Jake believes, whether they say it or not, that we just going to slide into the kingdom of heaven with basketball shorts and flip-flops. That it's going to be that easy and that smooth. And you can tell that that's their demeanor, their mindset, by the kind of comments that they put on brothers' pages in the middle of this slight controversy. Well, this is not slight controversy, because to say the book of Hebrews is not the word of the Lord is heavy. That's a serious offense. But the reaction of Jake in between this, they really don't count the cost and understand the severity of what we're a part of, man. And really, for a lot of Jake, it's not really going to be understood until judgment starts to come down the pike. And Jake really starts to understand how serious the Lord is about the time that we're living in, man. Man, let's go. Let's go to this. This is Luke chapter 14 and 27. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Because you got Jakes that have the audacity to comment against brothers' pages and against brothers who've been laboring in truth and in sincerity to try to correct a brother who's actually laboring. And then you go to their pages, they don't have any videos. They're just a glorified spectator. That's not picking up your cross, man. No lessons. No attempt to feed the flock according to the measure that the Lord is giving you. And that's how you understand through the Spirit that a lot of Jakes don't really understand how serious this thing is, man. This is deadly serious. But because we're in that transition period where it hasn't gotten that hot yet, Jake doesn't realize how serious this thing really is, man. That's why the scriptures talk about working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. These things are going to play out in life, man. Continuing on, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? And a lot of Jake not sitting down and counting that kind of cost, man. They on the comment board of Elder Manasseh Zachbar talking about debating Geno Jenkins and telling brothers we got to have a unity camp. We got to all come together under the banner of being Israelites. You can apply Isaiah 30 to that, man. Prophesying us smooth words, man. Prophesy deceits, because these things are true. What brothers are bringing out, these things are true. And you have to decide for yourself what you believe to be true, but you have to make a decision. And that's what the Lord is ultimately doing. This is a catalyst for sifting. Lord willing, we're a part of that number, man. But this is deadly serious, and a lot of Jake don't realize how serious this is, man. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not entertainment. This is not some forum to sound deep or look deep. You want that? Go to Sarnetta, man. This is deadly serious. When brothers do videos, the head of Sakari, Al-Azhar, he said, they made so many videos. That's actually love, man. And instead of taking heed to it, he let pride get the better of him. But this is deadly serious. And the Lord's going to respond to a lot of this madness with judgment, man. And when that anvil starts dropping, it's going to be a problem out here. When that gavel, starts to drop, it's going to be a problem out here, man. And Jake is not considering these things. Jake is not counting the cost of the Lord's wrath, man. And you can tell by the comments Jake is putting on these pages. You can tell by the demeanor that Jake is handling this truth. Doing music videos, doing rap videos. This is not what this is about. This is going to get deadly serious. And it's going to take these judgments for Jake to really understand what they're a part of, man. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word. And to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.